Hashtag feed your skills. Hashtag let's learn and grow together. Hello world, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. A wonderful day to all of you. Welcome to another live session of pre-international webinar here at the Institute of Global Professionals or IGP. This is another opportunity for learning and another milestone of growing for all of us. It is my pleasure to be with you once again in this virtual event. My lovely audience, I am Marbeth, a global member of IGP from the Philippines, and I am delighted to be your host. I'm so glad to be with you once again in this virtual world. I am so thrilled for this occasion that we can convene virtually through this international webinar brought to us by IGP. Take note that this certificate soft copy will be provided to all the active participants. Before the end of the program, I will give you the certification process together with the certification code on how you can generate your e-certificate. I hope that you will stay with us until the end of the program because we have a lot of things in store for you today. Here in IGP webinars, you will not just listen to our speakers, but we appreciate your active engagement in the comment section. We encourage your participation in our live quiz competition, and we ask for your active interaction in the Q&A part of the program. In our live quiz competition, the top 10 participants will receive the quiz completion certificate. Okay. Then after that, we will have the Q&A part where everyone will have the opportunity or chance to interact with our speakers by sending in your questions in the comment box. During our live show, there will be no questions that will be displayed on the screen because the speakers want you to listen attentively to their presentation. And every day during our live show, our session, we award certificate of lifetime membership to the most active, enthusiastic, consistent participants. So what are you waiting for? Share this live event to your friends and to your community. Write comments and feedback in the comments section. Who knows, you could be the next recipient of IGP's Certificate of Lifetime Membership. In the latter part of the program, I will give you the code just like what I told you a while ago together with the process on how you can auto download your e-certificate. With this, everybody is encouraged to stay with us until the end of the program. Here in IGP International Webinar, lots of exciting things awaits us today. I am sure that all of us will have many key takeaways and payoffs from this webinar. I'm proud to tell you that every day, many new participants are joining with us. I would like to welcome all the new participants to IGP's global family. With this, I am compelled to give you a little background about IGP. The Institute of Global Professionals is an educational institution which provides social work. We believe that it is not effective to increase one's skills by just acquiring formal education. In accordance with our mission that is to empower people and hone their skills, we provide trainings and consultations to generate a proficient generation through webinars, trainings, offline and online courses with highly competitive speakers and best and well-trained coaches that is from all across the globe. This is just to cater you with the best learning platform. I'm proud to inform you that IGP is an ISO certified training and education institute. We are internationally recognized and globally accredited. And did you know that IGP is a multi-awarded and award-winning most engaging e-learning platform? Yes, we are. IGP is your trusted platform to learn new things from the global leading leaders. We are the leading online skill development institution with thousands of learners worldwide. Most importantly, IGP is committed to serve. IGP is bringing the community of professionals to grow together and learn from each other. Here in IGP, learning never stops. We wish that you remain with us in this endeavor. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to be associated with IGP as a global member. I'm so honored to welcome all of you to the Institute of Global Professionals Pre-International Webinar. Once again, I am Marvet, a core volunteer of IGP from the Philippines. I'm so privileged to host today's webinar. With this, I would like to say let's watch together and learn together. We believe that the power is gained by sharing knowledge, not by hoarding it. And did you know that as of this afternoon, we have already successfully completed 744 webinars in various topics of your interest. All of these are available in our website that is www.eduigp.com. Feel free to access them anytime. Again, that is www.eduigp.com. You may also check all recorded webinars anytime on our Facebook page, Facebook group, and YouTube channel. With this, we expect that all of you are getting a little bit benefited both in your personal and professional development. From time to time, you may like, share, tag your friends, and write comments. Share us how IGP is being helpful to you, both in your personal and professional growth. Don't forget to like and subscribe and join our Facebook group and YouTube channel. To those who are with us in the YouTube channel, live streaming, make sure to click the bell button below to be notified with our live streaming every day. Those who have joined with us through the Facebook page and Facebook group, make sure to pin IGP's group and page so that you won't miss notification of our live and upcoming webinars. It is my humble request for all of you to support us by spreading the news about IGP's free international webinar to your friends and to your community. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. And before proceeding to our program proper, please allow me, give me a few minutes to greet some of our participants. Here, our early bird for today is, I think, Ma'am Evelyn Waperi together with Alex Javier Alvarez. Maria Lucy Liwa is with us. Also, Ginalyn Villar. Gemma Rivera is with us. Hello, everyone. Sir Sunday is with us today, as always. And then we still have Ana Janela Madrigal, Faithful Anne Frias. Ma'am Val Anino is with us. She will be one of our speakers for tonight. May Yongpa is with us. Who else? Gemma Benalada. Rogeline Celinul Reza is with us. And we have so many participants who are with us in this session. Hello and greetings to all of you. Once again, before we proceed with the program proper, I would like to request everyone, please click the share button below. Can we do it at the same time? At the count of three? 1, 2, 3. Did you do it? Did you share our live event to your friends and to your community? Well, thank you so much. And guys, you may utilize the comment box for your questions. The IGP CSR team and IGP facilitating officers will be happy to answer your queries. So, without further ado, let's start the program with the IGP's mantra: feed your skills, innovate, inspire, impact. For today, I am presenting webinar number 745 on marketing from the heart. And we are going to have two speakers, one from Mexico and another one from United States. So one of our speaker from Mexico is a live spiritual conscious parenting coach and a motivational speaker. Let's welcome on screen Ma'am Val Alino.
Thank you so much for that welcoming. I am delighted to be here with all of you, and I want everybody to prepare for an incredible workshop or talk with all of you. I am super excited to bring on board my partner in crime, Margie Eberlein. I have had the pleasure of being in this platform quite a few times, and this is why we like to do things different. We want to keep you engaged. We want to give you valuable information, and what Meredith is saying, to click the button and share is a must. I'll tell you what, this is not about just promoting what we're doing here. It's really making a difference in someone's life. You never know that who can be watching this seminar that can really benefit from it. So if you are hearing us, please show love and support by sharing our content. Also, we want you to be engaged. We want to feel you involved in the comments. We are not asking the questions from IGT, from the Global Professional Institute, but we will be engaging in questions with you in the comments. I know there's a platform on Facebook Live and YouTube and all the different platforms. So please feel free to share and comment and ask any questions, although we will have comments and questions at the end. So a little bit about me. I was already introduced, but I am a live conscious parenting spiritual coach, an NLP practitioner, an international keynote speaker, and I do practices of meditation, mindfulness, and other tools to really live a present life, a life where I can make a difference, where I can continue to grow and invite as many people like you to live their truest self, to reach their goals, and to enjoy every second of their life. And I could not do this without my partner in crime, Margie Everline. I wonder if you'd like to welcome her, Meredith?
Yes, let's welcome. They will be working as a team, so I would like to welcome our second speaker. She is the founder of Marketing Boss, a business coaching and consulting company that empowers entrepreneurs. Let's welcome Mom Margarita Eberlino.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? So excited to be here. Thank you so much for the warm welcome. That is correct. I'm the founder of Marketing Boss. You see, most business owners know they need marketing, but they don't really understand enough about how it works to really implement it or even manage the teams that create their marketing assets. And Marketing Boss is all about helping to empower business owners with the knowledge that they need to really be the boss of their marketing. That marketing boss, you're already a boss, but we turn you into a marketing boss.
Absolutely. And together, go ahead, love.
We're so happy to have you both here in IGT's learning platforms. The audience is yours now.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your intervention and your warm welcome. So again, welcome everyone. And we want you to be involved. In fact, if you have something to write with, bring it along. We have a couple of exercises. And just to bring up the energy, Margie is new to our platform. So definitely we want to welcome you. If in the chat, you can write, where are you from? I am keeping an eye on the Facebook as well, just to let us know where you are from. I am originally from Mexico City, but have been traveling the world for 2.5 years with no address. So we will tell you how we have this life. And I want to share with you a little bit about our story between Margie and I. We were friends for a long time, many years. And then she called me to get some coaching, personal coaching, life coaching. And as we grew together and we were able to work with so many beautiful aspects of her life and mine, we felt the need to co-create beautiful things like this workshop for you. And I can tell you, from one intention, one dream, it has manifested into existence that now we have gone to Philippines, we have gone to Dubai, we do work online through many countries. We have become such a strong team. So this is why I'm telling you, if you are watching this, we're going to encourage you again to tag and share this with as many people as you can, because you never know who is there that might be vibrating with what you're doing, even by just commenting on the chat. Somebody that you are following, their traits on their comments, or how they ask their questions, and then something greater creates. So without further ado, we are going to go straight into this presentation, March, because we have so much to share. And the first thing that we always practice is the connectivity with our hearts. And we want to ask you that at any time, in fact, when you start your day, in fact, when you're going to have an interview or before a day of work or a presentation, how do we do this practice of connectivity with the work, with your hearts? We always want to set an intention for whatever you are encountering. For us, I'm going to go ahead, and I know we don't have my little magical music right now because StreamYard has a mind of its own, but I'm just going to close my eyes a couple of seconds and ask you all to join us at this moment, just to center ourselves, to put our hearts out there to receive all this information, knowing that it's going to be of contribution for you, for everyone around you, and that all this that is gifted to you is for your own good, for your expansion, for all that crosses your path from now and forever. And that may this content be exactly what you were needing to pursue those dreams that you have in mind. And so it is. I call upon all beings of light, all who want to be here with us, so that we can expand, grow, and create as much information as we can in our life to inspire as many people as we can in the world. And so we want to welcome you back. Open your eyes and just get centered and energized, because now that we have connected with our card, these are practices you can do on your own, in your own words, and just have that space to set in the now, to set your heart in tune with the intention that you want to bring about. So let's go, Margie. So how is it that we can really connect with others? First of all, we need to be able to understand who we are. So having fun with it and doing some exercises like the one we have here right now. And I want you guys to play along with us. There's a number from 1 to 10. 1 is that you disagree, and the 10 you agree the most. And I want you to just take a couple of seconds, perhaps a minute, and really understanding and asking the question from your heart, not just whatever comes to your mind, because our mind sometimes is going to answer what people have told us who we are. We sometimes, in fact, I hate to say this, most of the time, we are leading our life based on the stories that we have been told of who we are. So the first question I want to ask you, am I in tune with myself? So in the scale from 1 to 10, what number would you write down? And in fact, we want you to share it in the chat. I don't know, my chat says private chat. I don't know if Marge, you're able to see anything from the comments. I have not been able to see anything in the comments. So maybe Meredith in the background can help us, because
you can just hover over to the second tab where it says comments. So as you're thinking about these questions, really just type in the first response that comes to you about how true each of these statements is for you, right? So let's get started with, I am in tune with myself. On a scale of 1 to 10, if you want to drop in the chat, how true is this statement about yourself?
Absolutely. Thank you. And thank you for noticing that about the comments. So now we're able to see the comments. Well, I can. So please write in the scale of 1 to 10, share in the chat. Nobody's judging you. We're here in a safe, sacred space. On the scale of 1 to 10, do you think that you are in tune with yourself? Can you see any of the responses, Marge?
Yes,
there we are. Evelyn says 9.
Evelyn got a 9, yes.
Okay, perfect. Evelyn, thank you for kicking it off. And this way we can actually connect with you. Faithful says 8. Haiti says 10. That's amazing. We want to bring as many people as we can so that we can energize the space of creation and education. So go ahead and don't be shy and throw in Vea says it's a 7. And no number is right or wrong. It's just where you are in these 3 seconds. Does it mean you're going to stay there forever? No. In fact, we're going to give you tools how to get out of all that and make them all a 10. So the second question is,
wait till the end, you will be at a 10 for all of these.
Exactly. Wait until the end of our workshop, because by the end, we're going to tell you, you're going to be at number 10. We're going to share our personal stories, how we have become a 10 and how we continue to stay. So Jamie, thank you for that 7. Second question, I am in tune with others. Are you really in tune with others? On the scale of 1 to 10, go ahead and put in the chat now, whether you are on Facebook or whatever platform. Go ahead and share with us where you are in terms of feeling in tune with others. Evelyn's right there. Thank you for engaging. She says a 10. Bea, I see the same names, guys. So I know this platform gives diplomas and certificates, and it's not just because you get them. We want you to be present. Thank you, Jamie. And lastly, beautiful. There's a Facebook user, very honest. It's a 6 and it's a perfect 6. And the thing is that we want to invite you to then ask questions of why you are a 6 or a 10 or a 2. And then we will work through different practices to be able to get out of our comfort zone and make the questions to create more possibilities, and so that our life is a 10 at all times. Thank you, Noor Fasai. I hope I'm saying that your name right. And the last question is, I am confident. How confident are you in the scale of 1 to 10? Let's go ahead and hit those numbers so we can get a feel. I believe everybody's pretty much in tune. And if those that might be a little shy that don't want to say 1 and a 2, 1 and 2 are perfectly beautiful as well. Once you recognize where you are, we can help you lean on in different tools to be able to bring that up to a 10. Thank you, everyone, for participating. We also have Alberto there. Thank you so much for being here. Haiti, Gab, Gloria, Vicente. I wonder where she's from. Alex, Javier, Alvarez. We got some Hispanic blood here. It's amazing. March, what do you think of these numbers? Do you have anything to add about this beautiful exercise and what it's done to you when you took it?
Absolutely. So I definitely think that we have a lot of people that are on the high end. So this is so exciting. And, with the third one, which I'll go ahead and throw out if you want to put in the chat, how true is it about you that you are confident? When you have a sense of where you are in each of these factors, then you can work toward getting to that 10, because these 3 things are what's going to help you be successful when it comes to marketing from the heart.
Absolutely. We're focusing all in marketing from the heart. So once you hear our presentation, it's going to be benefiting everyone. Not necessarily that you're going to be a marketer. It will take you along in anything you want to do in your life, just how to position yourself better out there in whatever you are doing. So please, Marge, go ahead and take over.
Okay. Can you please go? Okay. Sorry about that. I have 5 kids and it's a little, anyway, it's been a miracle that they've been this quiet so far. Okay. So when we talk about marketing from the heart, we have these personal goals that we went over, right? So if you're a 10 in these 3 things, then you're on your way to being successful at marketing from the heart. But then there are also the external goals, which are related to marketing. So in this section, I'm going to break down for you goals that are common goals that we discuss in a business setting. Okay. So these are goals in marketing that you can set that are numerical goals. Okay. Your goal may be to be famous on social media. Is there a number attached to that? Your goal may be to increase your sales from your website. Is there a number attached to that? So this is where we're getting into that conversation. So some common goals are likes. You all know likes because you gave us some this morning. Thank you so much. And if you want to give us some more, don't be shy. Follows. You know what follows are. You're following people on social media. People are following you. Sales. Sales are a type of conversion. So do people purchase from your Instagram account? Maybe, maybe not, right? But does your Instagram account lead to more sales for your business? This is where it gets really interesting. Then we have views, and also just the goal of being famous. For some people, the goal is to have so much exposure that you become a famous person. That can be a goal as well. How will you measure success in your business based on your goals? These are the top 3 things. If you want to write them down, the top 3 things that you can measure, that no matter what your goals are, you can always tie your media performance to those goals. For example, leads. What are leads? A lead could be a potential customer. A lead could be a person that you would want to connect with for personal reasons. A lead can be anything that really leads you to your ultimate goal for your media, for your business. Reach. This one gets a little bit tricky, and I'll do my best to explain it in the easiest way possible. If I see something on TV that TV reached me. So I'm a reach of 1. Okay. If I see something 5 times, that TV still reached just me because I'm still just one person. Okay. This is very, very important because a lot of business owners that I work with often get the number of people reached confused with the number of views, for example. If I show you a report that shows that your social media got 2 million views, okay, and that might get you excited. You might think, oh my gosh, my social media is doing really well. Okay. But if you really understood that views is just the times that people see, and really reach is the number that you want to look at, because reach really gets down to how many actual individuals were you able to reach. Okay. So that's an important metric to track. And then the other one is engagement. Engagement could look different. On Facebook, and engagement can be a like, a comment, a share. On LinkedIn, it can be a like, a reaction, a message. On YouTube and Instagram and Twitter, so on and so forth, right? So on Twitter, it's a retweet. So you need to understand what specific metrics you're looking for on your social media. So just kind of dial it down. I'm going to focus on Facebook and give you a scenario and the goals that you can set to measure success. Say you just started a business and you decided that you're going to launch a social media strategy on Facebook because it's the largest social media and it just makes sense for you and your business. Then maybe you can set a goal of getting 2 leads per month. Why just 2 leads? Because you just started. Okay. So that's a very attainable goal. And maybe you can set a goal of reaching 10 people per month. And maybe you can set a goal of getting 3 engagements per month. That would be a very simple way to measure your success on Facebook if you're just starting out. And then in month 2, 3, 4, you start inching those goals up based on your performance. Why is this important? A lot of business owners run into a social media strategy, as an example, and they don't really set these expectations. So then they hire people to do this marketing, and they're posting and they're making videos and they're investing in all this content, but they're not really tracking. And then at the end of the day, there's 0 leads. There's like 2 people reached after like a year, and there's hardly any engagement on the content. You don't want to do it that way. You want to, from the beginning, set some goals to measure success. And I'm so excited. If you have your phones and if you have a QR scanner or a camera, you can take your phone and actually scan this QR code. And to help you with your social media marketing dreams, okay, you can actually get access, and it's a Google worksheet here. You can get access to our free content planning worksheet so that you can actually plan your content. Now that we've talked to you about connecting with your heart and connecting with your audience and really starting to think about planning your content for success based on measurable goals, you can take advantage of this amazing worksheet. And part of, now let's get into the weeds of creating actual content, is your mindset. And in this section, I'm going to have Val take it away and talk to us about the importance of having a positive mindset and getting excited about creating this amazing content that's going to help you connect with your audience in meaningful ways. Val?
Absolutely. Thank you for that very valuable information. I always learn with you despite of as many things as we've done together. So thank you for that, Margie. And please, if you are enjoying this, please be kind enough and share a heart, a thumbs up, so we see how much you are being engaged right now. So in the comments, we have 100 from Mahmoud, so we appreciate that. Any act of love that you want to share in the comments to express how you are feeling and you're absorbing this material, please let us know. Before I go into all the mindset, well, it's part of the mindset, I want to go back a little bit in what you mentioned, Marge, about the goals. So we have certain goals, and I love the chart that you give us. Thank you for that valuable piece of information that our students can use. I always want to leave a space for the universe to show us even more. So if you have, you want to say 2 clients or 2 posts or 2 engagements or whatever the number is, and more, and how many more the universe is ready to share with me. When we box our goals into a specific number, we ourselves are stifling and are boxing our energy. So what I teach and I bring up strong with Marge is to be able to be expansive, to be able to co-create as much as you can with what God, the universe, the stars, whatever your belief system is, has in store for you. So open those goals to receive more than what you are expecting. And in fact, I mean, don't even expect, because when you have a lot of expectations, then that can trigger in a negative way as well.
Thank you for clarifying that. I do want to add that the suggestion is not to set goals of I want a max of 2 customers. It's to set of at least.
Right.
We always want to hope and dream and plan to go viral, to get unlimited amounts of customers. The importance of setting goals is that you have to have something quantifiable that you're always tracking. That's
Right.
really the objective. And you want to forecast things that are realistic based on data so that you can actually set your team up for success. You don't want to say that you want to get 1 million followers
Right.
tomorrow and have your social media team get depressed because there's no way they're going to make that goal. So absolutely. Thank you, Val, for adding that layer to the goals.
Yes. So it's absolutely the combination of two. I have learned with Margie the importance of being able to quantify and measure everything. And then comes the spiritual background, the strength, the love, and the passion that you put in this work. So be, say, at least 2. However, I'm ready to receive as many as they are already there for me to be part of my journey and always when you're bringing in people into your life, always repeating that it's not just for your company to grow or whatever you're launching, but it is for the grace of humanity. Because if we know that 1 is 1,000,000 and that person that is joining you can be inspiring to others, just like you guys, that those that are sharing, you are being that expansion. So I just had to bring that piece of energy and love into this because it complements. And Margie and I have played around with all her gifts and all my gifts, and that is why we are here today. This is how we've been able to do all these travels, and we continue to expand, grow our brand. And because it's not just about our brand, it's about our mission that is behind, and it's being here with you today and expanding our love and our wisdom with all of you present. So let's go to the next slide, my love.
And that's a perfect segue to the conversation about mindset and having yourself and your team set up for success. Val, walk us through some of these tips.
Perfect. Thank you so much for introducing this next slide. So we're going to talk a little bit about some tips for leading a positive and productive life. And maybe you've already heard this. Maybe you have practiced them off and on. However, what does it take for us to be consistent? Surround yourself with people that contribute to your life. I'm going to talk about 2 seconds about this. But people say, well, the people I have around my life, I didn't elect them. They're family members and they're not being of my highest good right now. What do you want me to do, Val? So it's been able to first and foremost honor you and your goals and your dreams, and with grace and courtesy, being able to put those healthy boundaries with your loved ones. And it doesn't mean that you stop talking to them forever. It might just mean that you need a break from them. And you might say, at this present time, I am launching something really important in my life, and I'm going to step back a little bit to honor and put full strength and power into my goal and mission. We want to build a community by helping others. Everybody here, we're coming here to serve because we believe in you that is watching at this present time, and we believe in those that will be watching later. And it's about expanding the light. It's about being the light you want to see in others. It's about exchanging talent. It's exactly what Margie and I are doing. We truly believe that by opening our heart and energy, we were able to mesh 2 beautiful components that are needed in this particular aspect of marketing from the heart, of how to really make these videos and your social media so powerful with the wisdom that Margie has and all my talents that I have with public speaking, with mindfulness, with NLP, and we mesh those together. So exchange your talents. Let's take away the mentality that if I share my wisdom, somebody's going to copy it, somebody's going to steal my idea. Can you imagine if we would be thinking like that? We wouldn't come in a live platform. We have so many of you visiting today, and I know so many more. We have over 62,000 students in this platform. Kudos to that, to the institute and to all the people that have organized this platform to reach so many of you. We want to trust in the knowledge of your team. We want to encourage you to trust your team. It doesn't matter if it's one person or is 100 people. You attract who you are. So if you are bringing people into your platform, into your life, to co-create magic with you, to create your goals and your dreams, if you are not receiving a good team, we have to look at ourselves, because again, please remember that we attract who we are. We want to also avoid over analyzing. We have so many fun stories, Margie and I, that we could just take 3 hours here of when we used to overanalyze and now we just flow. Because when you let grace flow and really just allow the universe to show you a different perspective and not be so stifled and boxed in to how something needs to play out, then you receive so much grace. I want to just tell you shortly, a very short story. In my book of life, in my goals, I never had the dream of speaking to university or perhaps doing corporate training. And that's one of my fortes now. I played along. In fact, one of my co-partners, and he was here a little while ago, Alberto Pupo, he really saw that in me. And I, as much as I rejected it, I was able to open that space and now be doing this. So how many of you might be boxing in a beautiful talent that is already gifted to you, that you have just not brought out to life due to the fact that you had limited beliefs? See how I speak had, because I believe you no longer have these limited beliefs of to bring your full potential into this particular aspect that we are talking about, marketing from the heart. And of course, connect with your inner wisdom. Why in the world do many times we don't even listen to what our heart is telling you? We only use our mind, and there has to be a balance to be able to bring the best of who we are so that we can really expand in a magical way. So these are just some tips for leading a positive and productive life that we encourage you to follow every single day of your life. Now, how do you get to feel so comfortable in the camera and just have fun? It doesn't matter if I had to wake up at 4:30 a.m. for you guys. It doesn't matter if the schedules were off, and I still can cope with grace and feeling enthusiastic and deliver. We have different platforms, just like Margie shared something before. This platform, this link that we're going to share, in fact, we can actually do an example before you play it, Marge. I want to tell you about it. It's fun. You can do it with friends. You can do it by yourself. And what you do is you set a timer of 1 minute, and you can copy the link of this game, basically. And it says, build your dreams through stories. So if you want to go ahead and throw the dice so I can explain, and then we'll roll them again so I can tell them what it's about.
Sure. And if you're listening to this and wondering, why are we talking about a positive life if this is a marketing workshop? I just wanted to add another little point here. And really, whether it's your marketing, your accounting, or just your business product development, all aspects of your business will be influenced and benefited by a positive mindset. And storytelling is a core principle that we really recommend, whether it's for your marketing or even the way that you lead your business. And this particular tool, I'm going to go ahead and roll, and Val's going to walk you through, can help you practice doing that.
So those of you that are watching, I mean, like I said, you can do this by yourself. You can do this with friends. You can do this with family. In fact, if you have children, it is so fun. And this game is to allow you to speak more fluently, to have fun with it while you practice. So while Margie's going to show you how that goes and rolling the dice, and it shows the images of different dices, I hope we can get this through. And if not, it's no big deal. We can put the link in the comments. And what it does is it plays a dice. And in a matter of 1 minute, we invite you to build a story that doesn't even have to make sense. It doesn't have to be in the order of the dice. It could be mixing and matching the different dices. The point of the story is that you flow and that you can create a story on the spot, because we want to tell you that we wish we could just say to you that this marketing and expanding your brand is all about having everything prepared and planned, and I'm going to post at 8 and I'm going to come up at 2 and I'm going to be interviewed at 5. No, if you really want to expand and own your story, you might be in an event where somebody tells you, so hey, can you share with me briefly what your mission is, what kind of business you're doing, what is your goal, or whatever, and you just on the spot have to be able to create something powerful.
Well,
Yes,
and to be clear, we're not discouraging you from planning ahead. The idea is you want to plan ahead, you want to have goals, but you also want to add some flexibility and creativity and spontaneity. That's the magic combination. And
Absolutely.
This exercise can help you do that when you challenge yourself to tell a story, okay, just basic storytelling with this fun dice game. If you look at the icons here, you have icons.
We can't see them.
Oh, okay. If you look at the icons in the story dice game, you can actually see some opportunities to take those icons as little like hints of maybe what your story can come to. So for example, if you see an icon with a phone and an umbrella, you make up a story. I was on my phone and it started raining, right? So that's the idea behind the story dice game, and you can see it on your own time later on if you follow that the story dice. If you can just Google story dice.
Okay, so that is a great point to share here. Now there is a balance of planning, and then there's a balance that you can also be expansive and expanding and creating. And just like Alberto actually says, it's marketing is the art of creating a great sales story as well. So these dices, and Margie, maybe in the comments, if you don't mind putting where they can download that.
I don't have the link on me right now, but you can look for it if you have it. The other thing I'll add is, here's a common thing that I want to highlight when it comes to storytelling. Okay, so the principle of storytelling and getting good at telling stories, that's one layer of it. Now let's talk about storytelling as a marketing tool. Okay, so the typical business owner, if you want to be ordinary, you can tell stories like, my business was founded in 1893 by my great grandfather who had a dream to sell the world's best peanuts. How do you feel when I'm telling you that story? Are you bored? I'm bored. I'm bored just hearing myself tell that story. Okay. What you want to do is you want to leverage something called story branding. Okay. When you build a story brand, you're telling the story the way your customer would want to hear it. For example, that same phantom peanut business that I just made up by my family, right? Instead of saying the peanut empire was founded by my grandfather, blah, 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 my story can be, when you're in the mood to snack on peanuts, you deserve to have the most delicious, nutritious, crunchy peanuts. We offer them roasted and salted, and we've been doing it since 1893. How do you feel when I tell you the story that way? You always want to flip the narrative, and you always want to talk about what could be on your customer's mind. Say you are an accountant, right? Accounting is very overwhelming for business owners. So I created an accounting firm that allows us to provide services to business owners so that they understand their numbers and can make better decisions and grow their companies faster. Okay, so those are some examples of how to take the storytelling to a whole other level and distinguish yourself. Here in the US, we have some large brands that have leveraged this in very big ways. Food chains that are famous here that have, you're all probably familiar with McDonald's. There's Chick-fil-A, which took a really big piece of the US fast food market because they had this story branding strategy. and they came up with marketing that really tied it back to this story branding strategy. So I'm super excited to share that with you. Can we get that presentation back on the screen where I'm sharing it on my end? I need some help from the technical team, please, getting it back on the screen. That would be amazing.
Meredith, if you can hear us, or Sir Alex, to get the presentation back on the screen, we would truly appreciate it. So basically, you can have fun creating your story, your branding story. A lot of times we let those limited beliefs that we had on, like, I don't feel comfortable sharing, I don't even know, I'm not a good public speaker. Nobody's born just, I mean, sometimes you have those skills to be able to just grab the microphone and say, but these are skills that can be developed, and this is why we're combining these two talents. Everybody has the ability to share this, your branding story, to share your passion, to connect with others from your heart. This is why we're calling it From Your Heart. And of course, it's not only, if you notice how well Margie delivered, it's not only having a good script, is how you deliver it, right? She put in her body, she put in her emotions. You can, I mean, I was actually tasting the peanuts as you were like sharing that. So that's what it's all about. We're going to be talking a little bit more on about NLP, how we bring in all the different
and that is the next slide. You guys
Okay.
can't see it, but I have it. And let's talk about NLP. Like when it comes to if you want to then take it to another level, right? What can you do linguistically? Okay, Val, you gave such a good highlight, right? I use descriptive words that created an experience for my listener. I use words like crunchy, salty, right? When I say the word salty, you can taste the salt, can't you?
Yes.
Is anybody else feeling something going on in their mouth? When I say salty, I say it that way, right? So Val, walk us through the science of what I just did.
Absolutely. And actually, in the comments, let us know yes or no if you were able to taste those peanuts from Margie. Let us know.
I don't have a peanut business, by the way.
No, but see, this is amazing what she was able to create on the spot, even not owning a peanut business. So I'm asking you all, what are you able to create when you're really passionate about what you are gifted to share with the world, right? So with NLP, we are really combining. Evelyn says, yes, I tasted those peanuts, and Sunday did too. That's beautiful. You can go ahead and read those, March. So it's all also how we organize the ideas in our head. It is about how we use all our senses as we speak, as we live. When you are in front of a person or an audience of 1,000 people, you get connected to the audience. In fact, when Margie and I come along to an audience, we come way ahead of time. We want to be able to do a little connection with our heart, and then we want to get there before to feel the audience. You want to feel the environment, the temperature. Actually, it depends on the temperature of the place and also the vibration of the place. We want to use the way we use our language is how it will influence to be able to give a good speech, to be connected to our own mission. So we really have to put into context and ask the questions. Am I speaking from a scarcity or abundance? If you take into the task even just a couple of bullet points from our presentation and do an exercise on a daily basis to be attentive and write down how many thoughts, whether you just have them and not speak them, or how many things you say during the day that is in doubt, in fear, with limited beliefs instead of abundance, you would be surprised. Because unfortunately, our subconscious mind has been programmed for that. Because of the environment that we have lived in, because of the people we have around us, because of society, because of the news, because of whatever it is, we have been programmed to do this. So with NLP, you are able to break this. So are you wanting to focus on the limited beliefs or see them as opportunities? You want, you say there's only so much about whatever, or like there's more than enough resources. Goals are just to fix problems. Goals are simply add-ons on already based life. And it's just the way you present your language and your thoughts. Because let me tell you, if you catch those thoughts and you don't acknowledge them, they will continue to co-create more and more negative, unlimited belief thoughts. So when you catch yourself in that process, you want to recognize these thoughts and ask yourself, where are these coming from? Is this a programming from my past? Is this something I latched onto by being in low vibration and in fear? And if so, recognize it, let it go, and just substitute it with a more positive thought. You want to focus on the things outside of your control, or focus on what is within your control. And to be honest, there is really very little things that are within your control, because Margie and I are experts of just grabbing what life throw us, and just understand that there's nothing in control. I mean, we have traveled around to places far, and then all of a sudden something happens, and that we can't even get a chance to do what we went for, and something amazing happens. Yes, Marge, go ahead.
Can I say something? Because I'm a really good NLP student. It's not that you and I are good at grabbing what life throws at us. We're good at receiving the gifts that life surprises us with.
Absolutely. We want you to be able to receive, because when things don't go as planned, and when things that you thought like they were in your control, even for us to show up here at a certain time and put the alarm at 4:30, and we didn't come in until like almost 7, there are things outside of your control. What you decide to do with that is what shakes you, moves you, or helps you grow. So have fun with the things that don't go as expected, and be ready to receive with ease, joy, and glory. Just the flowness of each situation, be ready to learn from it. You want to look at it, looks at their life through a lens of gratitude. Are you the kind of person that you looking at your life with gratitude, or you're just like not, you're not connected with gratitude and just saying like everything is a problem? Okay, so basically we are just here to make you aware of how important NLP, basically the way we think and say and act, play a role in creating an abundant business, play a role in creating your marketing strategies. It plays a role in your connectivity, not just with your audience, but with yourself.
How does this all translate? If you're new to NLP, okay, to put it in layman's terms, how does this all translate into marketing? How do you use these neuro-linguistic programming strategies that Val just outlined for us in your marketing? Here are some very simple, actionable ideas, okay? To create, these are video ideas, but obviously you can turn them into GIFs or pictures, posts, whatever you want. So abundance mentality, how does that turn into content? So if an abundance mentality focuses on opportunities and seeing the potential for growth and improvement, create a piece of content where you share a challenge that you overcame. So for example, what not to do: post about a problem that you're having and walk away. No. Abundance mentality, NLP says, create content where you say, I had this problem, this is how I overcame it, I hope you can relate. Click here to learn more about me and my story, right? So that's an example of how you can translate these principles into content. There's more than enough resources to go around. Okay, create content where you give away some secrets. Okay, Val talked about adding value to your audience, to your potential customer, and giving away. Don't be so afraid that you don't have anything else to offer but a couple of things that you can't just give it away. We're teaching you right now some of our secrets. I charge top dollar to sit with people one-on-one and share some of this content with them. I'm giving it to you for free. Why? Because I know that this is the tip of the iceberg of what I have to offer. And I know that even if I give you all of these secrets, all of these strategies, all of this teaching, there's still so much more I have to offer. And if you're out there and you have a business, you're still going to want to hire me. Okay. Because I'm that confident. I'm thinking about abundance. Focus on creating, expressing challenges that maybe you're still going through and how you're handling it, right? Maybe you're having a challenge right now that you haven't solved, but maybe just express your journey. All these things connect us with people on a human level. And is there any, is there any drawback to being vulnerable, Val? What would you tell somebody like the old me a year ago that I'm scared to be vulnerable? I want to talk about that part of it too.
Absolutely. Being vulnerable is going to be your key to connect with your audience. And it's terrifying to see like all the different social media posts of people that are, a lot of people, they have this fear of just being raw, vulnerable to show their own truth because there's a limited belief that you have to have it all together. But it's everything, especially in this industry of marketing, you want to be, in fact, your weaknesses and the biggest pains you've had in life and anything that has gone on with your life, when you say it as a storytelling and when you, not as a script and reading through it, but you really embed it, you really own it, you share it. And if you have to shed a tear, you shed it and just be raw and open. Your connectivity with the audience will really be a result of the triumph of your business. Both Margie and I have learned that this is so important, and both of us have very crazy, interesting lives that there's never a perfect day. There's never like, and we come in and have fun with it. And okay, some things sometimes is not fun, but we still tell the truth. What you see in our social media that we will share at the end is what is happening. I don't like today, I put some makeup for you guys and all that. But if I come up and I'm having a day of sadness, I'll come in with my pajamas on, and because that's part of what Val Alino is. Maybe Margie might have to, depending on what she does, but we are still very raw and vulnerable. When you exchange information from your heart, you don't have to sell that. That is an automatic connection with your audience. So
I want to address something important. So there's a difference between being vulnerable and also maintaining a balance between what your brand is. Okay.
Yes.
And I think if you're having trouble figuring out, is this too vulnerable? Is this not vulnerable enough? I'm going to give you a simple word that you can even write down right now. Is it authentic?
Mm-hmm.
If it is authentic, do it. If it's not authentic, if you're like overly exaggerating the drama, not authentic. It's too vulnerable, right? If your brand is on this end, but you're kind of, in the middle, if it's authentic, it flies. So that's the power word, is authentic.
Absolutely. And I love that you say that. It's authentic and also being congruent with what you are saying and doing and thinking. Okay. It's very important that you own that. And I was going to take one little, say a little something about the previous slide. So this is just some examples of how we talk in NLP. When you say, we hope you, whatever it is, you already are very positive about it and you're helping it come through by saying, we know we will, or we know you will. You want to say, if you decide to apply, you want to say, when you decide to apply, or I think you can, is so much different when you say, I know you can, because this is the information that you are putting in your subconscious brain. And this will be the light that is going to be guiding you, the force that is going to be behind your strength to deliver your message or to lift someone up. And the more you are in high vibration and in positivity, the more you elevate your energy. And the more you elevate your energy, you're going to be more powerful and connected to as many people as you can even think of. So authenticity, vulnerability, congruency, and applying this positivity into your system. I know that because I've talked about emotions in the past, with this particular platform. And oh, Margie, I had so many questions and they had to cut the program. It was all over there. And we understand that it's challenging or it's an opportunity for growth to how to keep your emotions balanced. But it's a practice. And as much as consistency as you can to staying in that zone and being surrounded with people that lift you up, it will be embedded in you. And we have AK who's saying, brilliant. We appreciate these comments as you are elevating our energy to continue to give a powerful talk to you guys, despite of waking up at 4:30 a.m.
So this part is super exciting to me because everything that we've been talking about so far is about connecting with yourself and being authentic and being influential and powerful and relevant with your marketing message. But at the end of the day, we need to understand our audience, right? And you may be at a 1 when it comes to being in touch with people, or you may be at a 10. Either way, it's a good idea. And I have a QR code here if you want to scan it. That'll take you to a blog that teaches you how to use research tools. We don't have to guess what people want. We don't have to guess what people are thinking. We don't have to guess what people are buying. We don't have to guess what people are interested in or could potentially buy tomorrow, because there's so much data out there. And if you're like me and or like how I was, and you're afraid of data and you're like, oh my gosh, that's going to hurt my eyes. Don't be, because these tools are all these 3 tools. I picked them because they're very easy to use. Okay. Google Trends is free. You can go to Google Trends right now and just type in a word. Say you're selling bracelets, type in the word bracelets, and it'll show you what people are searching related to bracelets all over the world. You can even drill down by your particular state or city. It's really neat. SparkToro, which is the one on the other side, will give you ideas. If you type in something like, I want to know what people who are talking on social media about bracelets are, what social media accounts are they following? What hashtags are they using? Where do they get their news? What podcasts do they listen to? SparkToro will give you that data. SparkToro is a paid tool. If you don't have a tool like this, you can get in touch with me, and I offer free consultations, and I'd be happy to walk you through that. Then I have access to the tool. You can also look it up on my website and my shop page, how to buy it if you're interested in that. SEMrush is another tool which I absolutely love. It's actually the one that I use every day. It is not a free tool, but it's amazing because it actually can give you an analysis of your website down to how much time people are spending on or your website pages. And this is what I love to use it for. I look at competitor websites to see what people are doing on their websites, what people are searching for that's driving traffic to their website, so that I can mirror it for my clients. So I absolutely love SEMrush. And it also gives you ideas of content too. So you can type in a word like, people shopping for bracelets, and SEMrush will tell you all the things that people search for. Do gold bracelets cause allergies? Do silver bracelets get dull after 3 years? It'll give you all of those questions that people are asking on the internet, so that you can then create videos on your social media, blogs on your website, and you're not guessing, will people find my content interesting? You don't have to guess. You can know with these tools. And I highly encourage you to go ahead and read my blog, and it'll give you some neat little nuggets of how to use these tools. They're very simple. They're the simplest tools out there. And back to practicality, right? Once you figured out what your story branding is going to be, once you figured out what you're going to push out as far as content, you do really need to dial it back to platforms. Okay. I'm going to give you a quick breakdown of, if you're just starting out, or if you're midway through, or if you're already a large business, how to interpret what's going on with these platforms and how to prioritize. Okay. These are 3 questions you should always ask yourself before adding a platform to your marketing plan. Okay. Ask yourself, how popular is this platform? Not just in general, but with your target audience. Okay. A lot of people have come to me and said, or this was 5 years ago, actually, or 3 years ago, I can't remember now, but years back. Oh, I heard about this new platform called TikTok. I want to get on it. And do you want to know what my response was as a marketing expert? okay, your target audience is adults 25 to 54, and most of TikTok's audience is 13. I don't know that that's the appropriate platform for you. Okay. TikTok has changed and it's now popular with more demographics. But before you run, my point with that illustration is before you run and wear yourself out creating content for a platform because somebody told you it was the latest thing and it's up and coming and all that, you need to ask yourself, how popular is the platform? And don't stop there. How popular is a platform with your target audience? Because at the end of the day, if a platform is delivering an audience that's not even your target audience, even if it's super popular, you're wasting your time. Okay. Facebook is the easiest because it's popular with just about every demographic. YouTube is also up there as far as a universal platform. It's got 2.2 billion users, okay, which is not that far from Facebook. And YouTube is the second largest search engine, second to Google, on the web. So if you're not on YouTube, I highly recommend it no matter what your target audience is, okay? WhatsApp is where it gets a little bit, complicated. WhatsApp is also got 2 billion users, but it's mostly popular with specific segments, and in different countries it's less popular. So for example, here in the US, if you're trying to target the American market, you're wasting your time with WhatsApp. If you're trying to target the Hispanic market or the immigrant market, you're in good shape if you integrate WhatsApp into your marketing plan. That's an example. You've got to really do some research. I'm not going to go through each of these, but if you want to take a screenshot of this gives you a breakdown of all of the top 10 platforms and their sizes so that you can start there. And then I highly recommend that you do some research on what is your audience into so that you can then decide, okay, I'm going to start with just Facebook and YouTube because I know my audience likes those two platforms. Okay. From there, you need to think about how each social media platform has different best practices. So TikTok obviously is a video platform. So TikTok is going to lend itself to really good responses if I create videos, right? Versus stories or anything else. So you need to look at that. Once you figured out your format, then dial it back. Everything you learned at the first part of this presentation, powerful messages, okay? So this is an example of a powerful message where I'm a marketer and I position my brand as a marketing expert, a business consultant. But here's a post that I made where I'm combining information about me as a marketer. So I'm mentioning what I do for a living, but I'm making it personal. And I'm talking about video creation, and I'm talking about also my personal story. And Val, share with us your example of your content, because Val is a master at doing this as well. Walk us through, Val, how you put together this piece of content and how it contributed to your social media. Oh, and by the way, these are both Facebook posts.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we go back to the thoughts that we were sharing before, to be very vulnerable and to, before you post. So here's a mindset that we need to shift. There are many platforms or many people that are helping you sometimes create content where you are pushed to just deliver so they can be posted on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. While we do want to have an order and use all of Margie's tools, if you're just posting to just have something to put out there, not only you're not going to gain followers and grow your business, people are going to feel that. Okay. So it is important that before you post, you really feel what is the content that you are going to put. What were you feeling at that moment? You can see the vulnerability of those images that I am sharing. I can't make that up. That's my partner was taking pictures of me when I was delivering a speech. I always do a spot of connectivity or integration. So it's like a mindful meditation piece. So I can't even read right now how little these letters are, but all the posts have to be connected to your heart. I want to bring a little thought piece through this. When you are having the same thoughts, that will bring you the same behaviors. When you're having the same behaviors, you're going to have the same experiences. If you have the same experiences, you're going to continue to have the same emotions. Same emotions are going to drive you to same thoughts. So if you are stuck in a cycle where you are at one point like out of your element to bring new content, it's a sign that you are losing somewhat connectivity with your heart. So how do we get back in that line? Whether you get inspired by reading something new about your business, you hire somebody like Margie to entice you to really push your brand to another level, give you new ideas. You do mindfulness, meditation, you take nature walks, you do an evaluation of where you are. There are these powerful ways to stay connected with you. I have no screening with my posts, no screening. I will speak my truth. I will tell you exactly how it happened, and I will never sugarcoat it. And I have seen that even LinkedIn obviously has a different presence, right? It's more corporate, and I am told by my mentors, you have to be really watching what you put out there. But guess what? I'm sorry. Val is Val, and I'm not going to put up a different show because it's LinkedIn. So my message is going to be delivered across. And I'm at this point in my career, and where doesn't mean that's where I was before. Okay. So let's be understanding of our growth. When you are seeing that it's not just your diary and you are downloading the experience, it's putting NLP in it. And like Margie gave a beautiful example, how to connect it with the audience to help them feel the experience. And you're always doing a call to action or enticing or giving some words where you actually allow your followers to be vulnerable to experience different things as they go in life. So how do we actually create this connection? We want to be, as we had said before, very vulnerable. We want to make it always about the audience. So it's not just your experience, like your Dear Diary kind of format, but you're connecting them to those that you want to target. Does this make sense? Is there anything you want to add about that in terms of marketing, Marches? I know you have a strong point about this.
Yes. I actually agree with everything you said. And I would also add that the heart knows and the platform mirrors what they know the heart knows. Here's what that means. You said, Val, that if you are not feeling it, or if you are going to post something just to post it, don't do it. And that it's not worth it because you're not going to connect. Well, platform wise, if you understand anything about social media algorithms, okay, it can actually hurt you to post things that people don't engage with. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say that one more time. If you post things that people don't engage with, it's going to actually hurt your reach of your social media. Here's why. The algorithms on social media monitor what sort of responses you get on your content. So if you post 10 posts just to post, right, because you hired a social media team or somebody told you need to post 5 times a day and you're just doing the work just to do it and your heart's not in it, okay, and you don't get the reach, you don't get the reaction, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok says, aha, that person posts things that people don't like. So next time that person posts something, I'm not going to push it out. That's how that works. So it's very, very much supported by even best practices with social platforms to only post your best content, to only post things that you're excited about, that you put your heart into.
That's beautifully said. And this is why when you have to be mindful of who you hire, if you're at the point of hiring, that really gets you, that gets your brand, that really represents you in the graphics, but you stick to your content. I mean, if you get somebody that reads you and can mirror, and you're getting too busy to do that, you will grow into it. But just really going back to you're going to attract the right team to help you in this, but just really do these steps that we are engaging you with to be able to be connected at all times with your audience. Of course, also be very mindful of who's writing back, what the questions are, who's posting. And, sometimes it takes time to click on the little bio, like when there's a name and you go back to the profile picture to see who your targeted audience is, who is commenting, so that you can understand how to give more of the content that your audience is requiring. Correct, Marge?
Yes, that is a really great point. And I'm so glad that you reminded me of this other fact. okay, about how the internet works and how social media works. If you create content for your target customer, but you ignore your existing followers and what they're responding to and what they're like, that can also hurt you. So let me give you an example. Say you just started your business and all of your Facebook fans or all of your Instagram fans are your mom, your cousins, and your, you know, your friends and people that are your supporting champions, okay? If you create content that is a nice combination of what you know that your friends and family would like and what your target customer would like, you would be in much better shape than if you ignore the fact that your grandma likes it when you dance on TikTok, okay? Because your existing fans, their engagement will determine how much those social platforms will push your content. And just to get you excited, okay, if you're thinking, oh my gosh, how do I translate all of this that I just learned in this amazing course by Val Alino and Margarita Eberline, right? How do I translate all this into my own social media content right now? We made it easy for you. We put together a list of 50 video ideas, and you can take this QR code, scan it, and get it from Google, okay? It's free, it's open, you can grab it, and it has 50 video ideas that you can use to start with. Why video? Well, guess what? Video is the most popular type of content on just about any platform. Instagram, it's Reels. Facebook, it's video, lives like this, and Reels as well. YouTube, same thing, short and long form video. So this is why we're encouraging you to make more video content.
Absolutely. These are great resources. Thank you so much for putting these together. And if you want to go to the next slide, this is pretty much the end of our workshop. We want to stick to time. There's so much to say. We do want to encourage you, if this has been of service to you, you can follow me at Val Alino Coach on Facebook and Instagram. And Margie, do you want to go ahead and share your platform?
Yeah, you can scan the QR code and it'll take you to all my platforms. If you want to do it old school and manually, you can go to Margarita Eberline on Instagram and also Margarita Eberline on Facebook as well and on LinkedIn.
Yeah, we would love to keep communication with you. We are here to serve you, to hold your hand in this, what old limited beliefs used to say, that it's scary. And the first limited belief might come like, there's so many people doing what I'm doing, but there's only one you. There is only one you, and you are a beautiful creation, ready to serve the world with your time, talent, and love. And we are only here supporters of you. We definitely want to say thank you to everyone that made this possible, also to Dr. Caroline Macaca for allowing us to be here, and everybody behind the scenes, all of you for showing up. Again, if this is of service up to you, even though it's past, it stays recorded in the platform of Facebook of this institution, and it's just shared away. And go ahead and check in with us, ask us questions. We'll be checking also the Facebook so we can answer to any questions. I know we're going to have a Q&A, so I don't know, do you have anything to close up with, Marge?
Thank you all. This has been such an exciting experience to teach people from around the world. Val and I are both very passionate about transforming lives with our gifts, and we thank you so much for honoring us with your time and your attention and your engagement on the social media platforms as well.
Absolutely. And while Meredith gets on board, please tell us in the comments if this was of contribution to you.
What questions you have as well, please go ahead and ask in the chat. We're open for questions now.
I believe Meredith will actually guide those questions. But in the meantime, we would love to hear in the comments if this has been a contribution to you, what you get out of it. And please be sure that you Google Story Dice for the exercise that we weren't able to show on the screen. But it's basically have fun and practice, roll those dice over and over and create your story, watching how you are delivering your posture, your emotion, and try your best to not do any filler words so you can really be congruent with what you're saying and connect really deeply with your audience. It has been amazing and enlightenment. Thank you, Sunday. We appreciate your feedback, and I hope our host is still there. If not, I guess there we are. Hi, Mary Beth.
Now,
Thank you so much.
Well, that was a marvelous presentation. Very amazing presentation. At first, you caught my attention when you talk about story branding, but as you go on with the presentation, everything is wonderful. I should say everything is really amazing, and I have learned a lot from both of you. Thank you so much, and I am sure that the audience have learned a lot from both of you too. Thank you so much for sparing your time with us. In the meantime, we'll be holding you at the backstage for a while. Then I'll be calling you again in the Q&A part of the program. Okay?
Thank you.
thanks.
Thank you so much. Okay, apologies for today because we will not conduct our quiz competition, but instead we will proceed right away in the Q&A part of the program, after which is the certification process. But before that, I would like to remind all the audience to don't forget to like, subscribe, and write comments. And at this juncture, we will now move to the most awaited part of the program, that is the Q&A portion. You may start sending your questions now. Meanwhile, let's enjoy watching this short video. Okay, let's welcome back our two speakers for today, Miss Val and Miss Margie. Thank you so much for that amazing presentation. My dear audience, you may start sending your questions now.
Ask
Okay,
away.
let's just wait for a few minutes.
While they're
Okay.
typing questions or telling you, we're excited we see even people from Kenya. We have seen people from many parts of the world, and this is very exciting.
Okay, let's just check the comment section for the questions.
Every question counts,
Okay.
so go ahead and use us.
Come on, guys, please send your questions now.
Wow, usually I get like 15, 20 questions. So whether we were so clear, Margie, or I don't know what's going on, but hey, maybe
Everybody's running off to work on their social media to apply what they learned. That's what I think is happening. They're all designing posts, filming videos.
Absolutely. Definitely. Well, here we go.
Let's see. That we have here. Yes.
Can you be a speaker at a Gab's school? Wow.
Well, we're open to hear anywhere we can be of service. Obviously, just hearing what your needs are and checking our calendar, but knowing that we were of grace to you and inspired you, we feel honored, and definitely we can keep in touch.
Okay, our next question is from Sarah Sunday. To either of our speakers, please, what are some steps to ensure one maximizes their business leads?
I absolutely love that question because I actually do a lot of work and training around that very topic. What happens with the typical business is that you advertise, okay? And then phone calls come in, clicks come, forms get filled out, WhatsApp messages, whatever your lead process is happens. And then things fall through the cracks. What you can do to really optimize your business leads is, before you really push your marketing out, have a plan that really maps out the customer journey. This sounds complicated, but let me tell you how simple it is. Grab a piece of paper and draw out step 1, my customer is going to send me a WhatsApp. Step 2, I would like my customer then to give me their need, and then therefore I'm going to ask this question. So you map out the steps of how you're going to take the customer from becoming a lead to converting, okay, or the potential customer to converting into an actual customer. It's that simple. Anybody can do this. I actually have a worksheet on my website if you want something fancy, but honestly, it's just drawing out what is that journey going to look like. And if you want to get super fancy, think about using things like automated responses on your website. Think about using things like automated emails, right? Wouldn't it be nice that if every time somebody asks you a question about a product, they give you their email address and a robot, instead of you and your team, responds? So you can use things like marketing automation. The other level of this is, especially if you're in a service-based business, is customer service. This is such a beautiful opportunity for you to show people that you're the real deal. If you advertise, I am the best blank, and I'm going to help you with blank, and they call you, and the person who answers the phone says, how may I help you? First name, last name. You're going to lose that customer, or you're not going to maximize the opportunity, right? But if, welcome to so-and-so, we are so happy that you called. How may we help you today? That is, Val used the word congruent. That is congruent with your marketing. And now you're leveraging your sales process with your marketing. And sales and marketing are really always doing a dance, okay? So your sales can be the best support for your marketing. So just to recap my response is, map out your customer journey and use things like automation to create a positive experience for the customer or for the lead once it comes in, and focus on having a sales and customer service strategy. And Val and I both teach workshops, a lot of workshops on this very thing. I'm so excited to tell you that I had a client recently tell me that after improving their customer service, not even their marketing, after improving their customer service, their revenue, their profits went up 35%. Imagine that. So they were missing out for years on 35% of money they could have been generating because they hadn't paid attention to customer service. So there's some anecdotal examples for you.
Okay, fabulous answer.
Yeah, I see the other question. Which is better based on your experience, non-paid advertisement or paid ads in Facebook? Definitely, if you're wanting customers, paid ads. I would even say, instead of posting every day to your Facebook, spend that time and those resources on running one good ad on your Facebook. And that's it. Because for Facebook, the algorithms do not push out organic business content for free anymore. They just don't. Even if you have the most amazing video that should be going viral, if you post it to your business page, people are probably not going to see it. That's just the reality of that social media platform. So you're better off paying for ads and running a promotion. Make one nice video and run it as an ad, and have a form so that people can fill it out, or a link that people can click on to buy, etc. That's going to make you a lot more money than putting out beautiful content that no one's going to see.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Next question is from Gab Aguilar. What is your take on email marketing?
Can I feel this one?
Yes.
So I absolutely love email marketing, and it's part of automation for me in my world. And I always recommend to my clients, send people at least one email instantly, automatically, whenever they contact you through a form on your website. This is a simple thing that you can do. It's very inexpensive to set up. There's a lot of platforms like MailChimp, Constant Contact, and things like that that offer these types of features for free. And it is very, very important because it's part of that customer journey that I talked about a couple of questions ago, where you have an opportunity to provide a positive experience. Imagine talking to your friend. Just imagine sitting across from your friend and saying, "Hey, how's it going?" And your friend just stays there silent and doesn't answer you until 5 days later. That's how it feels to your customers when they fill out a form and nothing happens, when they contact you and nothing happens. An email, especially automated email, can help you keep the conversation going with predictable things. If somebody contacts you just to learn more about your business, a simple automated email can be an email that outlines what you do and why you're good at it. And maybe 2 days later, you can automate another email that says what your customers love about working with you. And maybe 3 days after that, you can automate another email with an offer. Those are some examples of the magic that can happen with email marketing if you actually even do automation. Another advantage of email marketing is everybody has this idea that they want to build a website, right? And it's like opening a store and then nobody comes into your store, is what usually happens with websites. There's these beautiful websites out there on the internet that nobody goes to because there's nothing driving traffic. Well, email marketing is one of the easiest ways to drive traffic to your website, because you can send out emails with information that's on your website and link it to your website. So your friends, your family, your previous customers, your future customers that are on your list now have an incentive, and that's being served to them on a regular basis, to click on an email that will send them to your website. That'll help drive even more traffic to the websites. Val, anything to add about email? You love email marketing, right? You're gonna start doing it tomorrow. Thank you guys for these questions.
I must confess, guys, that the more I work with Margie, she like puts a knife on my throat in a gentle way, because these are also things that I need to start working on, and it's little by little. I'm right now more focused on creating all the posts and changing my marketing actually as we speak. But I have learned and seen the results of when she does get engaged in my brand and does that. So definitely, Marge, thank you for the reminder and the inspiration. Do we have any more questions?
Right at the moment, I don't see any question. Okay. Well, I guess that completes the Q&A part of this program. And of course, I would like to thank all the participants who actively participated in the Q&A part. Thank you so much for your questions, and I hope you have gained huge understanding of today's webinar. And to our honorable speakers, I should say that words are not enough to express our gratitude for the time that you have spent with us in this session. And also the knowledge you have shared is surely valuable to our audience. You added another data, another huge knowledge in our to all of us. Again, thank you so much for gracing our event for today. We look forward in having you here in IGP in our upcoming webinars.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes. Before you part, do you have any parting words or final words for the audience?
Okay, yeah, I'll go, and then Margie can end as well. It doesn't matter. I just want to say thank you and applaud to all of you for taking the time to being here, because it takes one action, a spare time, something to do differently in your life to be able to accomplish that you are searching. I want you to believe in yourself. Let no one tell you what you can or cannot do. Define the odds, beat the challenges, and discover the beautiful being that is already lying inside of you.
Thank you so much, Val, for those beautiful words. I am just so honored for the opportunity to share this time in this space with all of you. And I want to encourage you to piggyback on what Val said, to open your mind to new ideas, new possibilities. And if I could give you one takeaway with this presentation, is that marketing is an ever evolving space. The moment you figure out what to do and how to do it well, everything's going to change. So you should always, always invest in learning when it comes to marketing so that you can stay on top of the latest and greatest and stay ahead and grow your business.
Thank you so much. I should say, you two are amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for gracing our event. This has been a very rewarding day because of our lively, dynamic, and energetic and enthusiastic speakers. Again, I would like to express a heartfelt gratitude to both of them. To my fellow knowledge seekers, I would like to thank all of you for attending today's session. Let me thank all of you for being so active, attentive, and participative. Hopefully, you have learned something new today that will be useful in your life. The beautiful thing about learning is nobody can take it away from you. That is from BB King. If you have learned something or we have been helpful to you, even just in a little bit, please leave a review on our page. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to our Facebook page, Facebook group, and YouTube channel. Please spread the information about IGP to your friends. Don't forget to collect your e-certificate after the session and give a check-in with IGP. And you may collect it from our website, that is www.eduigp.com. How do we collect the certificate? First, you have to create your own account in our website. That is the most important thing. Next, after creating your own account, you have to enroll the course or the webinar that you have attended. Our webinar program name today is Marketing from the Heart. And then after enrolling, you have to enter the code that is IGP2993. Our code is IGP2993. After you have entered the code, all you have to do is to click Get Certificate. Once you have clicked that, your e-certificate will be auto-downloaded to your device. Okay, so make sure that you have created an account in our website first. And without code, with code, you can claim your certificate anytime. Without code, no one is eligible for the certificate. I hope that is clear now. Another thing is that I would like to invite everyone to join the Institute of Global Professionals official Facebook page. Why do I encourage you always to join our Facebook page? Because in this page, you can send all your queries related to your e-certificates and also other matters related to IGP. And the CSR team and facilitating officials will be happy to answer all your queries. So I think that concludes our program for today. To all the IGP Free International Webinar participants, thank you so much for your unwavering support. Thank you for your active participation and heartwarming messages. Remember that IGP is always here to render you our best service. To the team IGP, congratulations for another successful live session. This has been a rewarding, worthwhile experience for all of us. We hope to see you all again in our upcoming webinars, that is tomorrow morning. All things work together for good to those who love God and to those who are called according to His purpose. Thank you so much. Stay happy and stay safe. Again, this has been your host, Maribeth, from the Philippines, signing off. To God be the glory. Bye, everyone.